Is anybody still watching this? I'm sorry. Sorry. Hello interwebs and welcome back. I'm Shana and this is where I share my life and stories and vision opinions and whatever else I feel like. And today we are here with a horror tag. So my lovely friend Leigh from BMovie Badness tagged me in this horror tag to talk about and answer some questions related to horror movies and things of that nature. I am not nearly as knowledgeable as her. She is the B-movie, the horror movie queen, but I do love horror movies. I love scary movies. I love mystery, thriller. I love the games. I love it all. I love it all. So I'm gonna do my best to answer some of these questions. Feel free to disagree with my answers, judge my answers, whatever you want to do down in the comments below. Tell me your answers as well, and also make sure to go check out Leigh. So let's get started with this tag. The first question is the scariest slasher character, and this one is an easy one for me because I have not ever even seen these movies because the character alone mortifies me and has since I was a kid, to the point where, like, when I was at Universal Studios one time, you know the show that they do for Halloween Horror Nights when you go to Universal Studios where it's funny and they have all the horror characters dress up and they all like run around? Well, he was there in boxers, not even in his normal outfit. He has a mask on, but he had boxers on, and I started shaking and bawling because I thought he was gonna run up the aisle beside me. Yes. Can you guess who the character is? You might already know. If you know me, you might already know. It's Michael Myers. That.
Beep, beep, beep. This is a quick reminder to let you guys know that you should hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and if you like the video at any point, go ahead and hit that like button as well. Sorry for the interruption. I'm gonna shut up now and let's get back to the video.
Number 2 is the worst sequel franchise, and for this one, you guys might hate this answer. I'm gonna have to say it's the Chucky movies. All those Chucky movies. Just in general, like, I don't think... So, I'm not one who gets really scared at horror movies anyway. If you watch me play horror games, different story. Movies, not so much. But something about the Chucky movies, just like, I don't get it. And the whole franchise, the sequels, all of that, I don't get it. So I'm gonna have to go with that one for number 2. Number 3, a horror movie you wish more people would talk about. I feel like this one is probably not the best question for me, because probably the majority of the horror movies that I like are ones that other people also like. But there's this movie called Stir of Echoes, which I absolutely love. Is it considered horror? I don't really know if it's considered horror, if it's more thriller, or what it would be categorized under, but I just think it is a fantastic film. I think it came out in the late 90s or early 2000s, and I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but it's basically about this family who lives in this house, and they have this kid who is seeing something in the house, and it has the very like 90s horror scary movie feel to it, but the story is good, the acting is good. I love it, and 10 out of 10 recommend seeing that movie if you have not seen it. Number 4, a horror remake you prefer over the original. If you've seen the podcast that I did with the rotating chair where we talked about My Bloody Valentine, that would be the one for me. The original's good. Don't get me wrong. The original's good, but the remake was just so much scarier, and it was so good. I was really impressed with that when it came out when I was working at the movie theater at the time, so I got to see it quite a few times. I love it. Definitely prefer that remake over the original, and if you want to see that podcast, I'll leave that link down in the description box below too, so you can go watch us talk about the movie. Number 5 is a horror movie that didn't live up to the hype. And I would say for me, I would have to go with maybe The Babadook on that one. I know a lot of people who were talking about it a lot and really liked it and really enjoyed it, but I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think it was like a terrible movie, but I didn't see why people loved it so much. Maybe just the people that I was talking to loved it and a lot of people disagree. I don't really know. I don't read movie reviews and scores and all of that. I just kind of go by word of mouth, but I don't know. I didn't get it. It wasn't bad, but I didn't think it was like super scary or anything like that. Oh my God, Shana from the future here. Going back to a horror movie that didn't live up to the hype. Insert this, Shana, and you're probably gonna leave all this in there too, but basically, also, what's the big deal with Trick or Treat? Like, I get the character, he's cute, he's super cute, love him. The movie, that's another meh one for me. Meh. Sorry if you love that movie. I don't love it. I love the character, he's cute. I'd like to have a little like plushie version of him, but Number 6 is a favorite horror animal. Can I choose the cat from Pet Sematary? Or, ooh, do you guys remember that movie? Oh, what is the name of that movie? It's about the 2 witches who, the one has a boyfriend who's like bad, and then he dies, and then they bring him back to life, and then it's like a whole thing, and then at some point there's animals in that too. I don't know. I'll just go with the Pet Sematary one. This is anybody still watching this? I'm sorry. Sorry. Number 7 is favorite horror book not written by Stephen King. This one is a little challenging. I love horror books. I'm really bad with names. I've read a lot of books over my lifetime, and choosing just one is gonna be really difficult. Maybe, can I list a few that I really like? I'm just gonna list a few that I really like. The Haunting of Hill House is really good. I can't remember who wrote it, but I'm sure if you look it up, you'll be able to find it. There's also Ray Bradbury's Something Wicked This Way Comes, which is really good. I really like I Am Legend. The movie was good too, but the book's very different from the movie. The book it's very, very different from the movie. I don't know why they even named the movie I Am Legend. That's a whole discussion for another time. And I know it's not horror, technically it's a mystery book, but guys, if you have not read And Then There Were None, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing with your life? Great book. Great book. And of course you can't forget, you know, the classic Bram Stoker, that guy, Dracula. Also, does Edgar Allan Poe count? I know he's poetry, but he's like horror poetry. Does that count? Because if he counts, I'm choosing that. I'm choosing Edgar Allan Poe. Any Edgar Allan Poe. Put it in there. And that's it. That's my choice. That's my choice. That's my final answer. Final answer. You know, it took a long time to get there, but we got there. Number 8 is favorite fire stunt in a movie. I'm racking my brain right now. I didn't pre-read any of these questions, so I'm answering them on the spot. I'm thinking. There's so many, I feel like there's just so many movies that are coming up in my head that have different fire stunts that I can't think of one that particularly stands out as anything spectacular. So I'm gonna say I don't know for that one. If you guys have an answer for me, please leave it down below, because I don't know. Number 9 is a horror movie that you feel like you're the only one that enjoys. Is there a horror movie that I like that other people don't like? You know what? Yes, there is. I've suggested this movie to several people who've been like, you know, it's not as good as I thought it was gonna be, and it was very sad and heartbreaking to me because I really, really liked this movie. It's definitely more of like psychological, I think, than anything, but I love it. It's called Oculus, and it has the girl from Doctor Who in it, which is originally the first thing that I recognized about it. I was like, oh, she's from Doctor Who. But the movie is so good. I'm into the psychology stuff, so I loved it. If you haven't seen it, please watch it. If you have seen it and you do like it, let me know, because I know too many people who don't, and it makes me sad, because I really like that movie. Number 10 is coolest looking horror creature that isn't human. Okay, so I watched this TikTok the other day. If I can find it, I'll insert it here, with this crazy looking horror character that I loved. But I have to say my favorite, and you guys can judge me for this. Again, there's probably gonna be a lot of judgment happening in this in general, but have you ever seen Little Shop of Horrors? Okay, if you haven't, first of all, go watch it. Second of all, the plant in Little Shop of Horrors is probably one of my favorite creatures that is not human. I think the plant's name is Audrey. I haven't seen that movie in forever. Oh my God, I need to watch it now. But I think its name is Audrey, and it's It's awesome. I love Little Shop of Horrors. I remember watching Little Shop of Horrors for the first time on a school trip of all things. It was a choir trip, and it was awesome. I loved it. Number 11 is a horror movie you didn't expect to like, but really ended up enjoying. Honestly, Paranormal Activity. I was not expecting to like that movie. I thought it was gonna be really stupid. I wasn't gonna enjoy it, and mind you, the series kind of went downhill, but the first one I even thought I wasn't gonna enjoy, and I actually really did. And finally, number 12 is the most memorable horror ending. This one, immediately. It's so heartbreaking. This is another horror movie that came out when I worked at the movie theater. So when I worked at the movie theater, some of my favorite ones that came out, and I used to watch them every single day when I finished my shift, as long as I wasn't working the late night shift, 1408 and The Mist. I loved both of them. The ending of The Mist is heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. Like, this spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this, you might want to skip ahead. I'll put a timestamp. If he had just waited, what was it, 30 seconds? 30 seconds before he killed everybody, they would have all been safe and they would have all been saved, and instead he went around and he shot all of them, and he didn't have a bullet to kill himself, and then his poor son and everybody was dead, and it was just, oh my God, it breaks my heart. I will never, ever forget the end to that movie. It's so upsetting. It's so upsetting. But yeah, that was rough. But thank you so much for tagging me in this, Nye. Definitely go watch Nye's horror tags because she is far more knowledgeable than me. And also just go check out her channel because she's giving all the latest and greatest movie reviews on older B movies. I'm sure she's gonna do some newer ones as well. Some of them I've heard of, some of them I've watched, some of them I have no clue what the hell they are, but I want to watch them after I sit there and watch her laugh and just like tear them to pieces in a sometimes positive and sometimes negative, but definitely sarcastic and humorous way, and I love that. So go check her out. I will leave a few people here. They're gonna scroll up. If you see your name here, this is your tag to give us your answers for the horror movie tag. I haven't decided who I'm gonna tag yet. That's why I'm doing this. Maybe I'll pause the video and do a voiceover.
Nope, not gonna do it. You can just sit there and look like a weirdo, Shana.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna end this now. I'm gonna stop rambling. This is definitely a rambly video, and I'm very sorry about that. So that pretty much wraps it up for this one. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and if you don't know what to comment down below, leave a little movie reel emoji. Not only does it help out my channel a lot, but it lets me know that you are here. It gives us a chance to chat. It lets me know you made it to the end of the video, and of course, I just love to see your faces down there. If you want to know a way to help out my channel, down below there are links to my website, my merch store, and my Patreon. There's zero obligation to check any of those out, but if you want to, you can. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of you so very much. Remember to stay ginky AF, and I will see you next time. Bye!
Oh, hello there. Yes, it's me casually drinking from my Ginky AF merch because I don't have any bloopers to share. But if you like my cup or my shirt or some leggings or some socks, there's links in the description below. Be ginky and enjoy your coffee or tea.